What's up, guys? Today I wanted to come on here and just talk a little bit about overtrading. Um, Overtrading is probably the biggest issue for many people in their trading journey. I personally struggled with it. I know people that struggle with it. Everybody struggles with that at some point. Most people, at least. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of just like go over some things, like I'm gonna be going over like the main issues, why you overtrade, and how you can fix it. So, um, the biggest issue and the most common issue with overtrading is simply just FOMO, um, fearing of missing out. If you didn't know what it means, I used to get this a lot. Like I used to get FOMO so much when I was first trading, when I first started trading. Um, and it's probably the hardest thing to overcome because you see all these people winning. Maybe you're on a voice call and you see them winning, and you just want to get in the action and you want to win. Um, but I'm telling you, that's gonna do more harm than it does good for you. Um, it's People think that you're gonna get your losses back by like over trading, fumbling into a trade, when simply you lock out and wait for tomorrow to get an A plus setup. You should realistically, unless you're trading on an eval, if you're on funded, you should only be taking A plus setups. Um, I mean that's the truth. Like there's no reason to take anything that's not the highest probability. You're just doing yourself a disservice by doing that. Um, so fear of missing out is an extremely big one that I personally struggled with again. Um, it's just again, there's just no reason. Like if it doesn't follow your system, um, why are you taking it? There's quite literally no reason to take it if it doesn't follow your system or doesn't follow your rules. Something that you can do to fix this, I kind of talked a little bit about it, but setting a lockout. You need to set a trade limit if you really have this issue. Um, Even if you don't think you have this issue, you should probably set a trade limit, just to prevent any sort of issue in the future. You literally need to set a trade limit. I usually do 3 trades a day, but I'm probably gonna bump that down to simply just one trade, because it's better on your psychology to take one quality setup, win or lose, and get off. But if you lose and you're still looking for another trade, your emotions are now involved, right? Um, I mean, sure, you can have really good psychology, but your emotions are still involved in a sense, to an extent, right? Um, so setting a lockout is a huge thing that helps a lot of people. And I've also heard some people say that they set like a amount of money that they can lose limit, right? So like I guess a risk limit. I personally don't do this, but if you wanted to do that, you can set like $1,000 risk or $1,000 limit if you're trading like an eval or something, or like $500 limit if you're trading a funded. Because if you lose a trade, then you're like, okay, well I only have like $50 buffer. Now I can't really even trade at all. But personally, I would just recommend setting a trade limit and calling it that. The second biggest thing is trying to make back losses. Kind of goes with FOMO, right? Um, what I kind of talked about it earlier, but why are we chasing our losses? Like I understand, but if it's not your setup, it's one thing if it's your setup, right? Um, the biggest thing I would say is just get a set of rules, preferably by somebody who knows what they're talking about. But if you think you can make your own rules, make your own set of rules, follow them day by day, and do not break them. And you shouldn't experience any of these issues. Um, I personally, again, like I have like a trade limit. Um, so I mean, I guess I can try to make back my losses, but that's not the mindset that I have, right? I'm not taking another trade and saying like I'm trying to make back what I lost, right? Like that's a horrible mindset. That's not what you should be thinking. You should just be thinking. You honestly shouldn't be thinking about the dollar amount at all. You should hide your P&L if you want. I honestly just have my P&L on so that my audience can see, so it's more clear for them. If you don't have like a YouTube channel or anything, just hide your P&L. Hide your. You can set your dollar amount to points so that you don't see that. Um, yeah, just some people are triggered by dollar amounts going up and down, right? They want to close early. Just set it to points. It makes it so much easier on your psychology. I did that at one point um, while I was making content, but I ended up switching again because I'm making content. Um, but the third biggest issue of why you overtrade has to be dopamine addiction, right? In today's society, like dopamine is so easily accessible um, through TikTok, porn. I don't know if I can say that on here. Um, um, just all these things that, I mean, food, like anything, all these things that make your brain just like, how do I explain this? It's instant gratification and instant satisfaction, and scientifically, that's not good for you. Um, we need to work for the things that we get. We can't get instant gratification, and it kind of goes along with trying to get your losses back, right? Like you think that you're gonna have a green day, you're gonna pass this eval if you trade another time, but it's literally just dopamine addiction. And I will say Project X kind of does have, if you trade on Project X, it kind of is a dopamine inducing website or platform. It's sort of set up like a gambling site. It's just very the colors and like the way that you enter the trades and all that. It's very like gambly ish. I don't know how to explain it. Um, it looks like a gambling site, right? And it makes your brain want to do that. So if you have issues with that, like literally, I would say just get off Project X. Go to TradingView, go to TradeOvate, trade on there. If it's giving you that much of an issue, if you really have that much of a dopamine issue, move on to another site. Um, because I mean, it really can affect your psychology. I can even find myself um, getting my psychology affected by it. Um, but the last point that I have, the last issue that I have written down is simply you're bored. Um, I find myself doing this sometimes. At least in the past, like if you have nothing going on outside of the charts, then the charts consumes your life. And obviously this isn't a good thing because if all you're focusing on is trading, then there's going to be more pressure on you trading when it should just be a normal thing. It should just be a day-to-day thing. Honestly, it should just be boring. It should not be fun. Um, sure, you can get some satisfaction from it. You should get satisfaction from it. But trading should not be fun. It should be robotic. It just should be normal, right? You don't want to overhype the time you spend trading, right? Like at the end of the day, it's just candles. It's just candles going up and down. Um, but that's basically it, guys. I hope this helps some people. Um, I used to struggle with a lot of these. Still kind of overcoming some of these, but not everybody's perfect, right? Um, but I'll see you guys in the next trade recap.